That's the doorbell at Jimmy's house. Now, when you come to my house, my doorbell sounds like this.
All right, here we go. It's the first day of December, and I sound really cool and exciting. And that's all you're going to get with that kind of voice. What's up, Glenn?
Did you know, Tim? It's December.
Yeah, only so many more shopping days before Christmas, Xmas, whatever you call it.
Well, that's not really a priority for me this year especially, so yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's rarely a priority with anybody.
Especially Bologna.
Fucking Christmas. Fucking Christmas. Oh, man.
Yeah, well,
When she does the design, when she designs something, it's basically like people just design it and she puts her name on it and walks through it later to take a photo of, right?
Yeah, she does that with speeches too.
Like, she's not drawing this stuff out and like calling the people up and saying, like, look, we need to have this here, we need this like this. It's just some other designer and she puts her name on it. Like a ghost designer, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, what do you think? I mean, it won't be long and she can go back to her fucking brass pole.
Yeah. I got these kids screaming right outside my window. It's really annoying. So yeah, if you're picking up weird noises, that's them.
They're fighting the man.
What?
They're fighting the man.
Yeah, right. So yeah. Did you hear about the sheriff's department? They killed that dude, Andre Gallardo. I don't know if I said his name right. Gallardo. I don't even have it in front of me. I'm just trying to do it from memory. And then now 2 cops and 2 detectives are refusing to talk about it. They're just like stonewalling everybody. Like, nope, too bad. You don't get to know what led up to it. You don't get to know anything. One cop already snitched a while back and said he was murdered because the cop wanted to get a tattoo from the gang, the cop gang, where you got to murder somebody to be in the LA sheriff gang. But now 2 cops involved and 2 detectives that investigated are refusing to talk about the case to any investigation.
So they're taking the Fifth Amendment, basically.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You know what that sounds like to me? They should be charged under RICO.
Something, yeah. And they should go all the way up, too.
Because that's what racketeers do.
I mean, they can't even get rid of Villanueva right now.
Jesus.
And that dude's a villain, Nueva. He might be an old villain, too, but...
What sheriff's department is that? LA County?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the deal with the new DA? Is there going to be any change? Is he going to tolerate this bullshit?
I assume he will.
Fuck.
I mean, he hasn't even started yet, has he?
Nope.
Yeah, so I don't know. Police unions are strong, and the sheriffs, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. He's all talk. I don't trust these people with their campaign promises. That's garbage. I mean, we still don't have a wall built. And the parts they did build, what was it, 20 feet? Mexico didn't even pay for it. So yeah, I mean, campaign promises are. I think I tweeted, campaign promises are as worthless as the politicians who make them.
That is directly proportional. I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, there's been lots of crazy little stupid things going on in the Trump world. That's going to be nice that that's not going to be happening anymore. Or if it is happening, all the major media outlets won't be covering it 24/7.
Yeah, I
Trump
think
will be on
that's
the golf course, and Newsmax and OANN and Fox can pick up all his conspiracy theories all day. Everyone else can just watch stuff without anything to do with Trump. That would be a nice change.
yeah, I think that's the definitive change we're going to see. It's not like these people are suddenly going to get smart and quit being idiots and making outrageous statements. They will because it's all they know, but it just won't be that big of a deal anymore unless they do it in front of a judge.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, it's just ridiculous. The Trump show, the circus is going to be over. Now we have important things to be mad about. Not just a clown show, a fascist clown show. Now we got Biden, who all these people are going to be cheering for and supporting. Every fascist thing he does, every terrible atrocity, these people are going to be like, well, yeah, better than Trump. Might be. I don't know, but
Yeah,
Trump is horrible. But we know Biden's horrible. He's got a hell of a track record.
Instead of a fascist clown, now we have a fascist gentleman.
Yeah.
That's it.
And a cop at his side instead of just some radio show host.
Oh boy. Well, there is still the one big thing to come though. And it's all in Georgia. And it's in the first week of the new year. And just think that if both those Georgia Senate runoffs, if the Democrats win them both, Mitch McConnell is just another old fucking asshole after that day.
Turtle-faced asshole. Old fucking turtle-faced asshole.
But that's it. He becomes
Holy crap, we have a chat
irrelevant.
going. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Mitch McConnell could be gone. That would be cool. But he'll just be replaced with another asshole. Might look cooler.
Well, let's just suppose that the Democrats win both those seats in Georgia, so Warnock and Ossoff get in, which, I mean, really, if you want to talk about character, if you can, in this game, compared to Perdue and Loeffler, the inside trader criminals, yeah, fuck them. I mean, I don't give a shit what party they're from. You want to use inside government information to make tens of millions of dollars and then lie about it. I don't understand why you're not in prison. Never mind lose an election.
That makes no sense to me.
You know, so I mean, you know, I'd like to see that, but, you know, it would be funny out of all the bullshit and dirty dealing and backstabbing and subterfuge that Mitch McConnell has coordinated for 2 decades. With those two idiots insider trading and pissing off people in one state, that can remove him from his position of power. That's deserved, you know?
Just don't hold your breath.
Well, I know, but
I mean, like they say all the time, the elections are rigged. They're always rigged, just not the way they say they are.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that. It's not so much rigged when you count the ballots. It's rigged the whole time leading up to that. That's the normal thing. Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. But just that there is the possibility that something that is so localized in one state out of 50 that could shift the power of the entire country, which could shift the power projected to the rest of the world. Yeah, it's scary that voting for two yahoos in a Yahoo chamber in one country can literally affect the whole world. But
Yeah.
shouldn't be talking about stuff like that. That's a bummer. We might have to get on to sponsors pretty soon.
We can do the sponsors if you want right now and then go into the next topic. Dang, what's up with my neighbors being so loud? Anyway. So yeah, these damn neighbors, they're just loud. So anyway, sponsor music. Here we go. You want to go first, Glenn? It's sponsor time.
All right, the music's playing?
Yep.
All righty. Today's show, the 1st of December 2020, on the People's Weekly, is brought to you by Blue Gelato and Kosher Kush.
Wow, Blue Gelato. I'm still on the Blue Dream, and I ran out of Harambe finally.
Well,
So this Blue Dream and a ton of wax.
that's cool.
Yeah, that Blue Dream's been lasting. I like it. I'm running low though, and I'm stressing out because I don't know if I can get Blue Dream again. That's easily. So yeah, I'm gonna miss you, Blue Dream, when you're gone.
Well, that's true. I'm out of do-si-do, and it's bye-bye. It was a great time, but, I guess you got to go now.
Yeah. So yeah, back to the important stuff. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a shorter show today because of so many reasons, mainly having to do with me and my work schedule and how dead tired I am right now. So don't blame Glenn like usual. That was for the Pope. Oh, did you want to give props to the Pope? I don't agree with it, but you should.
Well, I would like to put a shout out to our regular listener, the Pontifex. Appreciate that opinion ed piece you ran in the New York Times. Gee, funny how somebody like you can just, pick up a phone and get your column put in the New York Times. But, regardless, for anybody who missed it, it was about the nicest worded way you could ever imagine for the Pope to say that a lot of people in the United States, in government and on the Supreme Court, are abusing Christianity. And basically, the Pope said, Jesus didn't say, use my word to persecute other people. And if the Pope said that, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Especially for a alleged Catholic, well, a cult member based on Catholicism, I guess, right?
Yeah.
She's not really a Catholic. I mean, I don't know. It's that no true Scotsman crap. So yeah, they're all Catholics, but she's just one of the really, really wackadoo ones.
She's a handmaid.
I'm going to bring about I believe that my job as a judge, I should bring about the kingdom of heaven or God or whatever she said. What a nut job.
Yeah, that's fucked. And again, this is who McConnell wanted in there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
So let's go, Georgia.
McConnell, it's his fault that Trump didn't win. It's his fault that every seat isn't filled with a Republican right now. It really is. It's Trump's fault he didn't win, too. All these cats had to do was make sure everybody had $2,000 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
And you know what? It wouldn't have mattered they was fascists. It wouldn't have mattered anything.
Yeah.
but they were so greedy. They're like, we're not trying to let another dollar go to these peasants. Our benefactors need money. Our friends need money. Our handlers need money, you know? All the billionaires and the defense contractors and, like you said just before the show, the same people Biden, the same kind of people Biden is going to fill their pockets up during his administration. He's already started.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Big difference, y'all. You get a whole other brand of fascism. You get one that's quieter, not so loud, not so blatantly racist. I mean, remember when never mind. Let's not go through Biden's racist history again. We've done it before.
Got 4 years to do that, man.
Even Kamala Harris knows. She called him a racist, and then she jumped on and said, yes, sir, I'll be your vice president.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if you're a racist. I just want to be in power. And if it's with a racist or aside from a racist, I don't really care. I want to be the top cop. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks to be a United States citizen right now, and it probably sucks to be a world citizen pretty much too. Mainly because of a few countries' actions, constant actions around the world.
Well, that's an interesting question. I mean, it's almost like a game show type thing. It's like, what country's citizen would you like to compete to be today? You know, and I mean, okay, well, considering COVID, considering all the other money fuckery and stuff like that, I mean, where would you really want to be a citizen of if you could take your pick?
Easy choice.
Well, I mean, there's a
Gilligan's
few choices.
Island, dude. That's the country, Gilligan's Island. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know because they all suck to me. That's why I said Gilligan's Island. There's some that's better than others, but you're going to still have pesky things I don't like.
Yep. But if I had to pick, I'd probably pick New Zealand or perhaps, well, I hate to say it, but Australia. I mean, Australia's got a lot of the same problems the U.S. and Canada does with corporate overbearance.
Yeah, but if you're not a white person, those aren't good places to go, I don't think either.
That is true. That is true. But I mean, I guess that just shows you what the 21st century is, though. The amount of things that you can judge that are positive are so fucking small. And no matter what country you pick, all the shit in the background is still there like everywhere else. It's almost like, well, at least these 4 things here are better. The other 85 all suck the same, but these 4 are better. That's how slim it's getting.
I mean, a white person in Australia could just live their life, just like a white person in the United States or whatever, just live their lives ignoring what happened to other people, indigenous people or whatever, and just be like, oh, life is awesome here.
That's
for you.
True. Yep. That is true.
So, yeah, is that it? Show's over? No, I'm just kidding.
I guess there's no winner then.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Everybody has their own winner. I just don't know. Because when you're saying a country, then you're dealing with more borders and governments and law enforcement and military and whichever corporations do business there and whatever kind of crap you got to deal with. I don't like that. Countries are just, like we said last week, they're just modern day kingdoms. I think we said that last week. You just went from kingdoms to countries. What's the difference? It sucks either way.
It just kind of makes me wonder what it's like to live in a country that has all those, abilities, all that standing, and say it's as big as Iceland. And it's got 250,000 people, and that's it. That's it in your whole country.
Yeah.
Like, would it be any easier to, keep the lid on things, or does that just mean you get stepped on because you are such a small country? Like, is
Like
there any way
everything,
to win?
there's for every positive, there's a negative.
Yeah.
So you give something, they get something, get something, they give something. But I mean, like, there's so much land all over the place. There's so many. I mean, just like if we never built anything else, there's enough places for everybody to live. It's just the rent there is too high in these ones. These are owned by the government, so we can't let anyone stay in there. They got to remain empty until we demolish them. These are owned by the corporation, and they're just blocks of houses that we don't know what we're going to do with yet. I mean, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I've been watching some of that stuff with the people squatting in the state-owned, empty for 2 years houses for a freeway extension that's not going to happen. I just can't comprehend what the urgency is to kick these people out of them. They're not fucking burning them down.
You don't know what the urgency is?
What is it?
Get them out, make an example out of them, make them suffer so other people won't do the same thing, because God forbid these homeless people find a place to live, especially if they don't have to pay for it. How dare someone live for free? How dare them? That's what they say. We'd rather see them die on the streets without anything than live in a house that nobody's using. That would be disgusting. That's how these people think. It's disgusting, but that's how they are.
No, that's awesome, man. That's a very good point. And I guess I never really wanted to see it that way, but yeah, that's the deal. Thou shalt not survive for free.
Yeah. You know damn well some rich people went over there and wanted to get those houses for some reason, for a film shoot or something. That's another thing we'll get to in a minute. Like, oh, we're going to shoot a film in these houses. Rent them out. We'll let you use the whole block. You can block off all the public streets too. We'll even put cops there to make sure, no off-duty cops, to make sure that nobody messes with your set or comes on the public street that you're taking over for the day.
Yeah, no doubt. You got enough money, you could probably turn it into a fucking back lot, eh?
Yeah, Garcetti had tried to allow them to close a COVID testing site because some stupid-ass production company wanted to film there. And I think there was some backlash, and then they were like, oh, no, it's open. Just make sure you still go to get tested. This is how scandalous these people are. Like, no. You're giving us money. You're the film industry. We know you can't be inside easily right now without tons of insurance problems. So take over a park that the people own. They do that anyway, but it's just a testing site, man. Come on. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, these politicians, man. You know what sucks is these Republicans and Democrats. They do these awesome tweets, and I would love to retweet it or quote tweet it or something, but then they have to put their guy on it. Like Gavin Newsom went to a party and did what a hypocrite piece of crap he is. MAGA, Trump, stop the steal. I'm like, well, now I can't retweet that because just bashing Gavin Newsom would be awesome. Or the Democrats, they put something like Bill Barr, not even Bill Barr believes Trump's crap or something. Just whatever, just anything awesome. And at the end they'll put Biden Harris. We won. So I'm like, now I can't tweet that. Just put the message. You don't need to tag a fascist with your message. It's just, it really devalues your tweet when you're tagging a fascist in it. Like, I agree with any Republican that says Democrats are garbage and they hate the Democrats and the Democrats there should be no Democrats in office. Just like I agree with any Democrat that says Republicans are terrible and garbage and there shouldn't be, and fascist and racist, and there shouldn't be a Republican in any office. I agree with both of those statements. What I don't agree is promoting your guy at the end of it.
Well,
Speaking of guy, I know I'm supposed to say promoting your person. But here's the thing. Did you see what Biden's doing now? He's filling up all these cabinet positions and advertising. Look, I'm putting women in. I'm doing a whole women this, women that. But he doesn't get it. Woman or man, they're a fascist you're putting in. They're some corporate person. They're a terrible monster you're putting in. So just putting in women means nothing. Put in non-fascist. Put in people that aren't scum. Put in people that aren't in the system already leeching off us and everything. It's just so stupid. Like, that's the new thing. Oh, I'm filling it up with women. And then Trump's like, well, we did it too. We have Kellyanne Conway and Sarah Huckabee or whatever. They all sucked. Sean Spicer sucked, and he wasn't a woman, so it doesn't matter.
As far as we know.
Fascist liars into positions. It doesn't matter what gender they are. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, but I mean, of course, Trump can't even punch back at the same height because your stupid media spokespersons aren't the same as secretaries in the cabinet. So notice how he didn't try and hold up Betsy DeVos as a parallel because, you know, maybe he's even figured it out by now. She's a fucking nutbar and it's time she goes. But it's interesting to see that now for this right here, the U.S. is following the lead of Canada. What Biden's doing is Trudeau 2015.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, big time.
That really is kind of a good analogy.
Because everybody will remember in Canada that when Justin Trudeau introduced his first cabinet after the 2015 election, and it was, I mean, you know, we have big cabinets here, and I think it was 36. And 18 of them were women, 50%. Nobody's ever seen that kind of thing before. And they said, why did you do this? And we're all used to it now. But back then, you know, Justin just looked at the camera like one of the fucking musketeers. Because it's 2015. That's why. You know, and bang, it was sold. You know? And I mean, Biden's doing the same thing.
It would be great to have a whole woman, everything, all the way up and down, president down to whatever. But not a bunch of fascists, not a bunch of bootlickers, not a bunch of, I mean, if you're just going to have a woman version of Biden and a woman version of Harris, well, I mean, or you know what I mean? Harris is a terrible person. Doesn't matter if she's a man or a woman. If Steve Miller was a woman, he'd still be a terrible person. You see what I'm saying? If Trump was a woman, he'd still be a terrible person.
Magda Miller.
You know? If someone like Asada Shakur was a man, she'd still be a beautiful, wonderful person. It's the person. It's not the gender that matters. And Biden has it wrong because he's putting monsters in. I mean, look, we picked as his VP.
Well, if they want to pick women and hold them up as really something different, something better, they can look at the government in Finland, which is basically led by 15 women in their 30s. Or they can look at New Zealand with their re-elected Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. I mean, those women are different. They are not American political women. They're not even close. They would be communists and BLM people in the U.S. because that's where they fit into their idealism.
Yeah.
But their government where they are. So what's that tell you?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of government, so I don't even want humans in government positions. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. I think, yeah, if you have to have a ruler, woman is fine, man's fine. It doesn't matter. Just not a fascist, not a tyrant, not a capitalist shill. That's all I ask. I really don't care about anything else. You could pretty much live your life however you want. You could be any race, any gender, any whatever. Don't care. Just don't screw the people over. and do the bidding of the people. That's what we're here for. Yeah, ideology, not chromosomes. You know, it took me like 20 minutes of the show, or actually about 12 minutes before I realized we had a chat. Crazy. So yeah, this is, you know what, Glenn? I was thinking about this, and I'll just say it in front of the Pope and all the other people here. We should start doing these shows a little bit more like we used to when we were really super professional, organized, and we knew what we were going to be talking about before the show. Maybe we should go to that again, like starting in the next week or two. Just a thought. But, you know, let me know sometime in the next week what you think about that. Because I like just talking about whatever, but it's kind of hard to, you know, you got to, you know, this is like, I got to come up with something off the top of my head, and boom, this is happening. Oh, yeah, this and that. Instead of like, oh, we're going to be talking about this, and this today. So I could look them up and read some articles and kind of research. Instead of me like, hey, remember that guy? I don't know what his name is, but yeah, that happened. And it's just not as awesome maybe to the listener, I'm guessing. But I'm not a listener, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I kind of remember doing that for 5 or 6 years, and I'm not that upset about not doing it anymore.
We're talking about
No, but you're talking about set topics and doing research, and yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yeah. No, not really. You've been there and done that. But when we, on this show, not Glenn on his show, not the View Up Here, the People's Radio, when we do that, it's just like, oh, we're going to talk about this topic today. I should kind of like know the people's names involved and kind of catch up on what the newest news on it is. Not even researching, just kind of like catching up. So you don't sound, you know, like the guy's name earlier, Andre Guaidar. I still can't say his name because I don't have it in front of me to read it. So I'm just guessing kind of from, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just disrespectful to the people. You can't even see their names. I guess I could look it up. But it just popped into my head, and it was like the thing we were going to talk about today. Oh, this and this and this. That's what I'm saying. Just to be a little bit more organized. I don't know. How boring is this for somebody listening right now to our production meeting? This is classic behind the scenes. Y'all don't usually get this. You know, cherish it while it's here. It might not last.
Like, this is the episode that like would be on E. You know, behind the scenes.
This is reality radio.
Oh God!
You're in the meeting with us right now. You know, Phil Collins doesn't talk a lot, but he's on the other mic over here. He's our weekly celebrity this week.
Wow.
We should always have a weekly celebrity that doesn't talk on our show and introduce them like they're here. And we can talk for them.
Oh, God. Now it's getting fucking scary.
Like, yeah, let's ask Phil Collins what he says. What do you think, Phil? Yep. He agrees. You know, that's how we do it. So now on top of topics, we need a weekly celebrity, Glenn, and that's your department.
Why do I feel like
an imaginary celebrity every week for our show, for our new format?
I get the feeling this is how Joe Rogan started.
Oh man. Okay, enough of this tomfoolery. That was a tangent and a half right there. Oh man. But think about it for real. We might want to think about this, at least knowing what we're going to be talking about before the shows.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's a concept.
Yeah, it's a concept. Something to kick around. And all the people listening, let us know what you think too. Just throw it in the comments. That should get us crazy views, because when you ask the people to be engaged, more people listen. It's a proven fact, Glenn.
Okay.
Oh, man. So, yeah. Trump sucks. Biden sucks. What's new? Oh, did you see that dude? What's his name? See? There's already
Yeah.
topics. I don't even know the guy's name. He said he was counting ballots, and Trump called him because he had said like the week before, like he put the presidential song in his phone. What is that called? The "Hail to the Chief" or whatever. So
Yeah.
when Trump called, he wouldn't miss his call, and he's there counting ballots, and his phone rings with "Hail to the Chief," and he just kind of puts it down and mutes it out. Well, now they hate this guy.
That would probably be the Georgia Secretary of State, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah. The guy who's through and through Republican, but yet he says flat out when he's pushed on it, my job is to do the right thing. That's all it takes, man. That's all it fucking takes. Why can't the rest of these clowns just stick to that simple rule when they do their jobs in Washington and everywhere else?
You can be batshit crazy if you just do your job right.
Well, I think that's been proven through time. Yeah, definitely.
Have we thanked Trump on this show before he goes? Because, I mean, you got to think he did do some cool things for some people. Like before Trump, a lot of people didn't realize that rich people don't do shit. And we learned this. Like, what does he do? He goes golfing. He eats hamburgers. He just does a whole bunch of press stuff. Like, he doesn't work at all. And this is what rich people do. They come up with an idea or something, and then poor people go and make it happen, and they collect the money.
Yep.
We learned that rich people pay prostitutes hundreds of thousands of dollars. We just learned so much stuff. What?
A long time after the trick.
I did say hamburgers. I probably just said it too fast, so you thought I said it the proper way. I was talking to the chat.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things we learn about rich people, and we learn that if somebody, we learned that like if the president could we learned this during Bush, but we learned the president can get away with anything pretty much, and these people will let him. Both parties. They'll talk a lot of crap, but in the end, you can pretty much do anything you want. And Biden knows this too, I'm sure. He even has more power now that Trump was in office.
Well, again, yeah, I mean, that's a big factor here. And that goes back to something we've talked about many times. This has been built up president after president after president. None of them ever give any power back. So, I mean, it just keeps compounding and compounding. But when you talk about what the president can do and nobody seems to be able to do much about it, that goes to both ends of the scale. We have somebody like W who let Cheney run fucking wild and do a million things that shouldn't have been done. So that's doing way too much. And then you have somebody like Trump who basically does nothing. And that's okay too. You know? So, I mean, the power of the office is far, far too powerful. But I think a lot of Americans know that, but they've either subscribed themselves to accepting that there's nothing they can do about it, or they just, don't fucking care.
Yeah. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. I don't even know what to say, man. There's got to be a way that the people can do something short of surrounding these people's offices and dragging them out, which the people won't do because they're far too peaceful.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like it's impossible to stop these cats from doing whatever the hell they want to do. And the higher up they are, the more impossible it is to stop them. And the highest person, I mean, no, I'm the highest person in this country right now, but the person with the most power in this country should be the people who vote. But it's not like that. It's really not. We're powerless.
Well, see, this is the other thing, because if you've been watching what's been going on the last few days, now remember, the United States is a republic. So is France. And look what's happened there this week. The new national law preventing people from photographing or videotaping police that identifies them in any way. That's now a criminal charge. That's what the government wanted to bring forward. They had riots all over France all weekend, and they raised bloody hell. People want to talk about windows getting smashed at Starbucks and burning down a fucking AutoZone? Yeah. Go take a look at what happened in Paris, people. And 3 days later, after that started, the president of France says, okay, we're rolling that back. We're going to go over this again. So they're both republics. So tell me, what's the fucking difference?
There is no difference, because I tell you all the time, I tell everyone listening, the only way to get their attention is when things start burning, when things get looted, when things start getting torn down, when cops are getting shot up and their cars are getting lit on fire, where buildings are crumbling, government buildings and corporate offices are burning. If you're not doing that, they don't care. You have to scare them. I was thinking about something. Why they do? I mean, here in LA, why didn't people just occupy Bel Air, occupy Beverly Hills, take over the streets in tents, everybody staying there, and mock the rich people every time you see them? Mock them, destroy their crap, their Rolls Royce dealerships and stuff. Nobody's doing that. It's like, let's go sit in downtown LA, where there's mainly a population of homeless people, and then some really expensive apartments, but we're not out there. We're just in front of empty government buildings or a police station or blah, blah, blah. Man, take it to the wealthy. Bel Air don't have nobody poor living there unless they're maids or servants or butlers or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
Why aren't there tents shutting down every block over there? All those hills. Think about how many people could be living up in there. Start moving in past the mansion gates. Who cares? Nobody should have that much property either. Why you need a helipad and a swimming pool on your roof and satellite houses going around your house? No. Do it right or shut up. These people are just, I don't know, man.
Well, the other thing that kills me is, the topography has something to do with it, but this is within supposedly a municipality. Like, go to people in Japan or in Europe or even in the larger, older African cities. Like, you don't get no fucking couple acres in the middle of town. Like, fuck off. We don't have room for that shit. But in California and, Hawaii and Florida, that's how it is.
It just
makes no sense.
You have 40 rooms? Well, that's good. You're going to have 10 rooms. We're going to send you 30-something people and families to go live with you over there. It's just ridiculous, man. These people just have so much space. I've been to places over there that got amphitheaters and have shows in their yards, man.
Wow.
And I'm not talking about small. I'm not talking about a little stage build. I'm talking about tents for dining areas bigger than most restaurants, and 3 or 4 of them connected, and then a giant amphitheater stage as big as any stage you could think of, with seats. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of seats. And these rich people coming over to pay so much money per meal for some charity or for this or for that. All tax write-offs, man. It's sickening. And a mile away you got people living on the street with nothing inside a tent that can't even stay warm.
And have to worry about the cops rousing them all the time.
The hell's wrong with this place?
Yep.
It's so ridiculous, man. It's stupid.
Extremely negligent and ignorant. That's probably about the friendliest way I could say it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Why do we just let those people up there? Those are the richest of the rich people. Why don't we just take over the streets there? It just doesn't make sense. Really
Yeah.
doesn't. Man, they're starting to put in all these bicycle stations on the streets. They take up half the sidewalk. Because corporations got to have their crap and their junk all over the streets. But you put some tents there, it's a big issue. These got to move. You got to clear it up. You got to move it at this time of the day and that. The bicycle things are permanent. Big stations are dropping out next to bus stops. They've already ripped all the bus stops. They made all the seats have bars all on them so they're uncomfortable, and they took all the roofs off, the rain covers off. So when it's raining and you got to take the bus, you better have an umbrella because, God forbid, a homeless person gets some shelter over there. We got to make sure it's uncomfortable and no one can lay there, and we got to make sure they can't get shelter from the rain. That's how disgusting these people are, man. Somebody actually went and made your commute worse just so a homeless person couldn't sleep somewhere and get some shelter from the rain. Fuck these people.
And you paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other thing. And you paid for it. I mean, you know, all this talk about all these so-called conservatives about we should quit wasting money and we need more value, etc., etc. Well, then why exactly are you spending tax dollars to further inconvenience everybody just to spite a certain class of people? That you want to talk about efficiency? You want to talk about common sense? Fuck right off.
Someone on Twitter said, in 50 more days, my mom can start complaining about the president golfing too much again.
Okay.
I guess his mother's a Fox viewer. Oh, man. So, yeah, did we hit all the topics for today, or do we have more? I can't remember. Like I said, I'm like tired, man.
Well, see, that's, you can say yes or no to that because, you know, it was an unknown amount of topics. So if we think we hit them all, then yeah, we hit them all.
I thought we made a list before the show in our heads.
Okay, so let's assume we did. Now what?
I'm trying to remember everything we said we were supposed to go over. This has got to be a great show for the viewer today. It's like you're part of the whole thing, you know? Here, plug in a wire. Make yourself useful.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, man. Oh,
I don't know.
I got a couple more topics. The union is now getting worked on. Actually, getting worked on. Not about to get worked on. So yeah, I'm dragging my feet. I got stuff to do now too. It's a collaborative effort as far as the website and everything. But what was sent to me looks really, really good. I'm happy with it. Better than what I could do, and hopefully that'll be done soon, and we can start getting more missions up, and people have a place to go to get their missions and be able to make a difference in the world, which was the original plan before everything went haywire. So It's moving right along. I know it's taking forever to anybody really, really waiting on it. You can still go to Twitter and get the union missions there. Just not as groovy and all that, I know, but a mission's a mission. We got to accomplish them. So however you get them, even if it ain't the prettiest, most, user-friendly way, right now it's still good to do them, because right now things like the clothes drive is important. Making sure people are warm, the socks, bringing people socks.
Yep.
And the water's always important. Hot meals. We got to, you know what? I might throw up a couple more missions because it's winter time, that I needed to put up for this, but we're trying to wait for the website. But a couple more will go up on the union Twitter pretty soon, because there's some things people should be doing right now if they can. I did a clothes drive I talked about before. It was pretty good. I got a lot of clothes. I handed out a lot of them already, and I still got tons. So I'm supposed to get more this week, I'm hearing as well. So I'm thinking maybe this Saturday or something, I'll go out for a couple hours, set up some tables and stuff, and put them all out and let whoever needs them come and get them. And then I was talking to some people online, and they're having some kind of mobile thing where they're moving around and handing out hygiene kits and stuff like that, and food. So if I can link up with them and do some of these things and drop off some clothes to people over there, or just wait around and give them away to whoever needs them. Like, it was really, I don't know, I'm stuttering and trying to get this, I'm tired, but my point in all this is, you would think it's hard. It's really easy to do. You just got to tell people to bring you clothes. Tell them exactly what you want, clean, something that you would wear, warm. And when they bring them, make sure you take them out and get them to people who really need them. And it surprised me how many people wanted to work and bring clothes, and, so clothes drive, winter clothes drive, very important thing. If you can do it, do it. If you can't do it, find someone who is and clean out your closets. That's that.
No, absolutely. I mean, where I am, despite the unseasonably warm temperatures, like on Friday here, it's going to be over 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very wrong, but, nobody's going to bitch. I'm sure all the snow that we have will be melted by the end of the weekend. But here, that is a big, big deal about socks and gloves and headwear. And it's a big deal every year. And it has become one of the things here in my city where it's a yearly thing. Everybody expects it, So it's established itself in the culture of the city, which is a good thing. And I'm not really sure that happens too many places, and that's really too bad. It should. I mean, there should be no need to do it at all, but we have to stick to reality. Yeah, it's something that should catch on. And like you said, it's easy. It's not hard. And I think back to in 2001, when I had to climb out of a third floor apartment because of fire on November 26th, and I had no socks in my running shoes, running through all that snow and that cold temperature for about 8 hours that day. And then a big box came in to where they took us all from the apartment buildings that were on fire. And it was just this huge, huge box of like 200 pairs of wool socks. You never saw happier people in your fucking life.
Yeah.
So, and that's just people who had lots of their own socks, except all of a sudden they had none. And that's how happy they were. So think about the people who are without a residence, who are out on the street. And think about how when you have 20 pair Socks, you don't even think about socks. You know, it's such an easy mission, and it makes a big difference.
Big difference, yeah. And people are so happy to get this stuff. I mean, I was really lucky. I mean, thank you to everyone who, if you're listening, who donated anything. It's really nice stuff. Some of it's still brand new with like the tags on it, like never been worn kind of stuff, or someone got it for someone else, or got it as a gift and didn't want it, whatever. And people are just so happy to get it. Like, you know, it's nice to be able to have new stuff that people are taking instead of just all beaten up. I've seen some terrible clothes drives before, but yeah, the newer, the nicer, the cleaner, closer to new, the better. I've been telling people, think about it like, what would you want to wear if you were out there? Not what would you wear because you're forced to, what would you want to wear? Realistically, you can't go afford $300 shoes and this and that, you know, but go with that. If you're doing a clothes drive, go with, this is what I would think would be good or better, you know. Don't worry about styles and all that. Just worry about the cleanliness and the look of the thing, and no rips, no tears, no stains. That's the kind of thing. So, yeah. We're going to give these people a full damn hour, huh? Man, we're really giving you what you paid for today, people.
Yeah, even though a usual show is more like an hour and a half, but yeah, you're getting an hour. Boy, are you lucky.
You know, when you're as tired as I am, 56 minutes and 42 seconds seems like an eternity.
Well, see, that's why you're the producer. It's up to you.
Yeah. You have anything else? I mean, we went over everything I could think of now.
No, just where I am in Canada is a ridiculous COVID hotspot. We have a government that apparently doesn't really give a shit. And that's about that. So, yeah, everybody fucking nail it down, because it's out there and it's everywhere.
Look down to yourself. You think your government doesn't give a shit?
Yeah, well.
Oh, man. Yeah, governments are terrible things. If I ever do build my time machine, I'm going to go back in time and bitch slap the shit out of the dude who invented governments. He's got an ass whooping coming. I don't know. Maybe his last name is like Johnny Government. I don't know how I'm going to find him, but when I do, he's getting his ass whooped.
It might be Socrates.
Maybe. Then I got to go through time and beat Socrates' ass. He most likely existed.
Well, there's a lot of scripts with him in it anyway, so
yeah,
somebody must have played him.
My time travel fantasy now involves Socrates. Thank you, Glenn.
No problem.
Like, damn you and your governments.
But you have to say it in Greek.
Why? I'm American. Didn't you listen to the MAGAs? Speak American. If he can't speak American, what kind of foreigner is he? Thank you, Glenn. You just gave me the perfect response to any Melania tweet. Speak American.
It will be nice when Bologna is finally just disappeared.
She's going to go off into obscurity for sure, dude. She's the most hated woman on earth. She's a laughingstock of the world. It's like...
She doesn't want to have to talk to people she doesn't want to talk to. All she wants to do is shop and bitch. So, you know, she'll be able to do that now. Hopefully in fucking Dubai.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, that's one other thing I'll add. That's one thing I'll add. All these people. Why are Kushner and all these people going to Saudi Arabia right now? Well, they're trying to work out a deal so asshole can leave the States. That's why.
You don't think he'll just pardon Kushner and all the people?
Yeah, but if they can all move to somewhere where they're not going to get given up and still get treated, at a level that they
Yeah.
think they're worthy of, that's why I say if they can afford it, they're going to Dubai because
Yeah.
they don't have to be in the States to make money in the States.
Yeah, they have a U.S. address or 10 and they're fine, right?
Yeah, and plus all their corporate shit.
Oh, yeah,
know?
they got all kinds
So-
of hotels and buildings and
Yeah.
everything. Oh, man. So, yeah, I guess we're going to wrap it. We gave them the full hour. We gave them their money's
Good
worth,
for
Glenn.
us. Good for us.
Yeah, I feel like I've really accomplished something in life today.
Yay, team.
Now that accomplishment must come to an end.
Yeah, it's done. It's over.
It's over. Cool. Well, thank you, listeners. Thank you, Glenn. We're out.